What is the deal, YouTube? What is the deal, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So the NFL has created a rule now that will now penalize players for coming to the sideline and not standing for the national anthem. This according to multiple sources. We're going to go over some of these things. I had not reacted to this stuff um, previously, but I'm gonna do it now because I don't give a shit. Um, and this is what it says. Let's go over it real quick. A new ruling from the NFL states that all players and personnel on the field must stand and show respect for the flag. Um, so that is the rule that the NFL now has. So they now have officially instituted a rule that states that players must stand for the flag, and if they do not stand for the flag, there will be a 15 yard penalty for that transgression. And I've never listen. I've never agreed with the thought process for kneeling. I just never agreed with it. I always thought it was weak. I always thought it was a pointless gesture. And I thought the better way, and I understood what it stood for. I understood that people tried to morph it into something that was disrespectful. When it first started happening, um, I did go back and I read up on it. I read a few cases. I looked at a few things that has happened um, that caused the entire situation. So I did go back and read up on these things, but and actually, give me one moment because we're gonna start a video on Facebook as well. I forgot to. All right, so we're gonna start this thing over again. All right, hold on. Let me get my computer up here. All right, so starting this thing back over again. Um, so the NFL has officially approved a rule stating that the players no longer have the right to come to the field and kneel. Now, I have never been an individual that has liked the kneeling. Me personally, I thought the kneeling was rather stupid. I didn't agree with the kneeling at all, and I just thought it was fucking dumb. Um, I I thought there were better ways to do things, and in just ways that that would get more attention for whatever cause. I also thought that people would stood up for individuals who didn't necessarily need it to be stood up for. You know what I mean? I don't think everything that happens, every person that's killed by a police officer deserves to, get some type of protest for it. I think that's fucking dumb. I think you have to pick and choose, and there has to be specific guidelines for whatever your outrage is. And generally, I don't talk about shit like this, but I felt like talking about it today. Um, Fucking people kneeling and doing this dumb shit. Did it solve anything? First of all, I think I've seen more people make a mockery of those who kneeled than anything. People just made a mockery of that shit. People took that shit for a joke. It was a joke. They kneeling. You had people making all types of fun of people because it's a weak response. It is a weak response. You don't get. Let me tell you something. There will never be a situation where somebody will respect the weak. Weak people are just not respected. It just doesn't work that way. A weak, crying, flimsy ass. Nobody respects that shit. There's no fear of that shit. None. Zero. So when these dudes was fucking near, I'm like, this is a fucking joke. People are laughing at you. That shit ain't doing nothing. The only thing that shit did for fucking Colin Kaepernick was get him off the fucking football team. That's it. Nothing else happened. Nobody else got hurt in that situation but Colin Kaepernick. He was the only they are the only people that got hurt in this situation. That's it. Now, let me show you something. This is Micah Johnson, right? On July the 9th, 2016, Micah Johnson opened fire and killed 5 police officers. That means 5 families of police officers mourned. You see it? This one dude right here opened fire and killed 5 police officers. 5. That's what he did. Him. That guy. In a sniper attack. See, my thing is if the laws are not built to protect you, if you feel like the laws are not built to protect you, how is crying to the laws helping? How? How does crying to the laws protect the people? Kid up in Utah, Dylan Taylor, was backing away from a convenience store. Police opened fire and killed him. John Crawford, young man up in Walmart, standing in the Walmart aisle, fucking person called and said that he was pointing a gun at someone. They looked at the surveillance footage. Nothing ever happened. He was doing the same shit that everybody else does when they go in the store, picking up shit. He was talking on the phone, looking at an item. Police ran in, shot him, killed him. Nothing. They marched and cried up and down the fucking streets. You know what happened? Nothing. But again, Michael Johnson walked up and said, fuck it. I'm not crying. I'm not bitching. I'm not moaning. I'm going to shoot a motherfucker in the head. And that's what he did. When Osama bin Laden came to this country and fucking killed thousands of people, did we go to Afghanistan, kneel, and cry? No, we did not. We went to Afghanistan and we bombed them motherfuckers. Didn't we? We did. So fuck your kneeling, fuck your crying and bitching and moaning. If you ain't willing to fucking shoot back, then shut the fuck up and take it. If you're not willing to die behind what you believe in, then shut the fuck up and take it. Seriously, shut the fuck up. It's just a bunch of crying, whining ass people. Seriously. I was watching the situation with Dylan Taylor up in Utah. And of course, the if you never heard of this case, this is a kid. His name is Dylan Taylor. He was at a 7-Eleven or some shit like that. I can't really show the. Actually, fuck it. I don't care. He was outside of a 7-Eleven. But let me back up for a moment. Let me back up for a moment. If this is what they're protesting or doing something about, then I think that it needs to incorporate all of the situations that have happened where people are not held accountable. Shouldn't matter what you look like or anything of that case. It should be about, hey, this is the things that are happening, and these people are not being held accountable. Like that video that I saw where the police officer had the gentleman on his belly or whatever, and he didn't do what the guy wanted him to do, so he shot and killed him. That's that type of bullshit. And if I'm not mistaken, that police officer got away with that shit. This is why I think as communities, there needs to be community policing. See, that the bullshit that these guys did, it didn't solve anything. Nothing. There were much better actions that could have been taken. Community policing, encouraging every single American in this country to be armed, shooting back. I'm gonna tell you like this: if you fuck around and you kill a member of my family, I'm not only coming after you, but I'm coming after everybody that walks around you. Most people feel like that, right? So why is it any different because you have a badge on? Seriously, that's the way it should be. The people in our world should be held accountable for their actions. Shouldn't matter. All that other dumb shit that people fuck that. Seriously. Anyway, man. Kneeling was fucking stupid. It was fucking dumb. And there should have been better. To me, it's a weak man's action. A weak man's action is to beg. That's what beggars do. Kneeling's fucking dumb. It shouldn't have never started in the first place. That's all I got to say, man. I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.